What if I told you that the most powerful leaders in history didn't rely solely on armies or money? They controlled minds. They bent reality. They shaped destiny through psychology so dark. It felt like sorcery. Napoleon, Cleopatra, Stalin, Rasputin. They understood something the average person doesn't. If you control the mind, you control the world. And tonight, you're going to learn how they did it. Welcome, my friend. You're about to step into a world of influence, power, and hidden knowledge. In this video, we'll uncover the dark psychological tactics used by the world's most powerful leaders, and why these same techniques are still being used today, on you. This isn't about turning you into a manipulator. It's about protecting yourself, understanding the truth, and maybe, just maybe, learning how to lead with purpose. Because if you've ever felt like people around you were pulling your strings, you're not imagining it. Stick with me till the end, and you'll never see power the same way again. Chapter 1. The Charisma Spell. Let's start with the most seductive force of all, charisma. Cleopatra walked into rooms and kings fell to their knees. Napoleon gave speeches that made men march to their deaths willingly. Hitler mesmerized millions with just his voice. How? They used something called mirror magic. They didn't just speak. They reflected people's emotions, desires, fears. They made you feel seen. And when people feel seen, they follow blindly. This is the foundation of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. It's used today by CEOs, politicians, even cult leaders. Ask yourself, have you ever followed someone just because they made you feel like you mattered? That is dark charisma at work. Let me know in the comments. Who's the most charismatic person you've ever met? And did they use it for good or control? Chapter 2. Fear as a weapon. Fear is the oldest tool of control. Stalin didn't just rule with politics, he ruled with paranoia. Under his regime, no one felt safe, and that made everyone obedient. Fear bypasses logic. It activates your amygdala, the ancient part of your brain that says run or submit. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." Today, fear is used in the media, marketing, even relationships. When someone makes you feel afraid of losing them, that's psychological power in action. Chapter 3. Divide and rule. Ever wonder why empires didn't just conquer? They divided. Rome didn't control by force alone. They turned tribes against each other. The British Empire mastered this. So did dictators. Why does it work? Because a divided population is easier to control than a united one. Today, social media algorithms do this at scale. They don't just show you content, they show you conflict. Because people distracted by enemies rarely look at who's pulling the strings. Stay sharp. If you feel like the world is getting more divided, ask, who benefits from that division? Chapter 4. The Illusion of Choice. One of the most dangerous tricks in dark psychology, letting people think they have control. Do you want the red pill or the blue one? This brand might know that one. Vote left or right. But what if both options are controlled by the same force? History is full of false choices, from puppet leaders to rigged systems. Modern politics, marketing, even dating apps use this illusion. Real power is making people act, while making them believe they chose it themselves. Chapter 5. The Power of Mystery. Mystery is magnetic. Why did people follow Rasputin, a strange bearded mystic with piercing eyes? Because he was a mystery. He seemed to know more, to see deeper. Mystery creates a gap, and the human brain hates gaps. We fill them with our own hopes or fears. This is how religious icons, cult leaders, and mystical rulers kept power, by becoming myth. Symbols, silence, shadows. They didn't explain everything. They suggested power beyond comprehension. Mystery doesn't repel people, it pulls them in. You've now seen the blueprint, the tricks, the strategies, the silent weapons of history's greatest minds. So what now? Use it? Resist it? Both? The point is, you're no longer blind. You now see how charisma, fear, illusion, division, and mystery are used to control the world. And that awareness is your greatest power. Because darkness doesn't rule those who shine their own light. Subscribe for more videos like this. Sign up for the free newsletter. Every week, we go deeper into forbidden knowledge, hidden influence, and personal mastery. And before you go, comment below. Which of these tricks have you seen in real life? Have you used any of them, even without realizing? Remember, you don't have to be ruthless to be powerful. You just have to be awake.